Welcome to Skagway, Alaska, one of my favorite stops on any Alaskan cruise. Look at the sun glistening off those snow-capped 5,000 and 6,000 foot mountains. Look at the other ships, along with my Norwegian Jade. There's the Grand Princess and the Carnival Spirit. Last time I was here, docked right where the Grand Princess is right now. Train over there as well. Love Skagway. This excursion starts with a bus ride and then a train down the mountains back to Skagway. If you take the round trip train ride, you get on the train right next to the ship. One reason I don't take a lot of excursions, the waiting in line.
All right, for everybody left in the theater, just...
Okay, I'm in Skagway, leaving the ship. Gonna be heading to the Yukon Railway and Suspension Bridge. Let's go. When you get off the ship, just look for the white buses. They said it was easy, but I had an encounter with a security guard. It was no big deal, just some overzealous guy that didn't like his job. Let's go take a ride up the Klondike Highway, see the Yukon Suspension Bridge, and the White Pass Railroad.
When the railroad was operating on steam power, it took 3 steam engines and a minimum crew of 10 workers to operate that snowplow. But it could clear through a 12-foot snowdrift easily. Notice how much larger the boardwalk is over on the left. This building, the Golden North Hotel, when it was moved into place, the men moving the building dropped it prematurely. So to finish the project, they had to extend the boardwalk to meet the building where it landed. Inside in this pinkish-colored building is the Skagway Hardware Company. It is an Ace Hardware franchise location, and in Skagway, that is the everything store. The store's unofficial motto, if we don't have it, you don't need it. Now this building immediately on the right is Kermsey's Curios, formerly Kermsey's Clocks. Mr. Kermsey was the one who painted that stopwatch up on the mountainside. It was a Skagway social house inside the Gnome Saloon, which was something of a ballroom, or at least on the upstairs it was. Then in the 1910s, 20s, and 30s, it served as the Skagway Orphanage. Look at the color of the water. Notice how it's kind of an opalescent blue. That blue coloring comes from the glacier water that feeds into the river. And in just a moment, Pitchfork Falls. Out here on the right-hand side, this is the original bridge. And folks, I'm going to take you to one of my favorite spots.
This place is amazing. Look at the beautiful mountains.
So this water tower, if you see the black pipe mounted on the side of the building, that's how they would refill the water tanks on the steam engines.
It's a gift shop, snack shop, restaurants closed right now, bathrooms. Very nice. Besides seeing this amazing suspension bridge, the whole place is like a museum. There's lots of great information. Now let's take a walk and step out on the suspension bridge that's 200 feet high and 57 feet above the Tutshi River Canyon. Besides the beautiful sight, I love the sound of the rushing water. It's definitely worth walking across the bridge. They have a log cabin and a couple of other buildings that they used to use when they camped there for whatever they were hunting for, gold or otherwise. Let's check it out. Wow. I think with some clean sheets and a little dusting, this place would work awesome. Looks comfy in here. What a view. This shelter gave protection for the prospectors and hunters in the area from bears.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I thought you were my husband.
I wonder if they ever ran into other tourists that came up thinking that you were their husband to get a picture in that frame. Pretty funny. Look at that view. From someone who doesn't normally do excursions, I love this one. I gotta tell you, I love Alaska. I hope to spend all summer here next year. Wouldn't that be awesome? I'm actually in the Yukon Territory right now, Canada. Heading back to Skagway on the train now. All aboard the narrated tour of the White Pass Railroad.
Miles of a narrow gauge track to arrive in Skagway, Alaska. During our trip, I'll be pointing out some of the scenery and sharing with you the history of the White Pass Railroad and the Klondike Gold Rush, which spurred its construction. Folks, my name is Jeff, and I will be your narrator and tour guide today. You'll see a dotted line indicating the international border between the United States and Canada.
I'm a tour guide today, so if any of y'all have any questions or concerns at all, please feel free to let me know. I'll be happy to answer. A couple things here. I got boxes of water in front of the car. These are free. Please take them if you need them. Back of our car, box of bathroom. Also free. Don't take it, but use it. I think that's it. Let's have a great train ride, folks. It's going to be a beautiful day.
I think that bus there is pretty much the place where we stopped on the bus on the way up. Let's enjoy the ride. In the water.
What is that though? It's a bridge that collapsed? It collapsed.
It used to be the bridge for
the
this
train?
one. Yeah.
What the hell?
And then they built a tunnel. They dug the tunnel after.
Oh my god. That's so scary.
If you think that's scary, you should check it out in the fog like I did on my trip last year. I hope you watch that video too. I'll put a link in the description. And riding over the cliff's pretty scary as well. I love when the train goes right over the edge, and I love standing out on the platform. But please, have respect for others and don't stay out there the whole time. That was kind of an issue on this train, but it was resolved. If you see it happening, just say, "Excuse me, please," rather than complain about it like some people did. And they complained about it constantly, without ever asking the people to move. They're just young kids. They didn't know.
Mountaintops. You'll see some blue coloration in the snow up there. That's the panoramic glacier sitting on top of Mount Cleveland.
We're going to be going over that little bridge. Lots of little buildings for hikers. The train will actually stop and pick up hikers. It has to.
So I was sick a couple weeks ago, made my very own spruce tip tea, and it helped me out greatly.
I hope you're enjoying this. There's some waterfalls coming up. I hear it. you go to recreation.gov, you can actually rent this caboose. It's at the head of the Denver Glacier Trail. Check it out. We're getting closer to Skagway, and you'll see some people hiking. There's actually lots of hiking trails around here. I'm going to check that out in my next trip. Here's a memorial with a couple of rail workers that were trapped underneath the boulder. That sure was a hard job. Wow. Wouldn't this be a great spot to hike to and have a picnic? If you're enjoying this video, please like and subscribe. When you take the Yukon Railroad to the suspension bridge, they drop you off here. And then you get on a bus that takes you to the ship. Or you can do what I'm doing and take a 5-minute stroll down Broadway and into town. Let's go. Hi. I didn't find out what these girls hanging out the windows and standing on the corner were about until I got back. It's a Days of 98 show. I heard it's hilarious.
Come on in for 1 hour of non-shopping fun here at the Days of 98 show. There is a little bit of nonsense. A little bit of nonsense. I know.
I'm always up for a little bit of nonsense. And next time I come here, I'm going to check out the Ghost and Good Time Girls Walking Tour and the Red Onion Saloon Brothel Tour. I heard they're both fantastic. Let's go into the Skagway Brewery. The food and beer are fantastic. That salmon dip is absolutely delicious. I get it every time. And the prices are very reasonable. There's the Ace Hardware store, the place that says if they don't have it, you don't need it. It's more like a mini Walmart. That yellow bus was an excursion, but the white buses here, they actually take you around town. They do not take you to the cruise port though, you have to walk there. But they do have some bicycles you can rent.
Okay.
There's lots of coffee shops and other restaurants around town. It's definitely worth a walk. This cool looking building was the Arctic Brotherhood. Now it's the Convention Center and Visitors Bureau. And the Red Onion Saloon's famous and always very packed. And apparently, if you take that brothel tour, you go up to the top of the Red Onion Saloon through a back door. The walk back to the ship is very pleasant. You get to see the old locomotive and the snowblower, the trains pulling in and out, and some local musicians playing on the park. And it's a beautiful park with fresh green grass, a lot of statues, and even a restroom. Well, when I first got here, there were only 3 ships in port. Carnival Legends showed up. That makes 4. I had a great day in Skagway. I always do. And I can't wait to come back again. We'll see you next time.